Great news. You have the first step of your progression created, and now we're going to create the mastery level step or the level 3 or the stars, however you want to do it. It's just going to show us the section of our progression that is going to be about what students demonstrate, show us that they're able to do, that is mastery level. Now, let's get started with this. I had shared with you earlier what mastery looked like for my sons when it came to doing their laundry, right? So they needed to be able to sort their clothes based on color and fabric. Throw it in the washer, put the laundry detergent in the proper place, turn the washer setting on the proper setting, and then sorting their clothes when they take it out of the washer after it's been washed and determine the right way for those clothes to be dried. That is the standard mastery level for me. So what I know is if they were here, I had some things that I could teach them to get to here, and then some more to teach them in order to master that standard. I want to share with you when we started on the Not Yet, I have basically right here, right now, just listed out some skills or some, not skills, but well, some of it's skills, yes, like some things to show that they are able to drive at this level right now, at a level 1, a beginning level, and not there yet level toward mastery of the standard of being able to merge onto the highway and high levels of traffic. So this is where we are right now. Now, this box doesn't have to look like this. This is me just kind of writing out some notes, and then I want to share with you a different standard so that you can look at this. You can write it out more like a narrative. And so here's just a narrative of a reading standard. And so just being able to describe what it looks like for students. So they would describe how characters in a story respond to events. So basically what I did was take all of the things that are in the first box and then wrote it up as a narrative. And so you're able to do that after you spend some time getting those things that you want to see inside those boxes. After you're done, you can make it look really pretty. Right now is about getting all of those ideas in place. Let's get started on how are we going to determine what mastery level looks like. What I want to do is I want to share with you, give me just a second as I'm navigating here all of my boxes, but I want to share with you some of my thinking when it comes to this. What I do now is we took those level 1s, and we know that those definitely went in here. And then we looked at some of the things that students need to know, understand, and be able to do. As I study this section a little bit more, I see some things here that students would need to be able to do in order to demonstrate mastery. I see items here like comply with merging, comply with lane selection, comply with existing situations. And so as I think about being able to, I study the Unpack standard, the time that we spent, it's valuable time and thinking. And now I think about, what does mastery look like of being able to merge onto the interstate, and think about all the situations and the scenarios that you're going to face. One of the things that I think that sticks out to me with this is that I would look for kids to be able to utilize, like, use the time and the space they have, to use time and space to merge into traffic and to change lanes. One of the things that we know is typically there's a sign well ahead that this is the lane that we need to be in to get off onto the next interstate or onto the interstate, so we have a little bit of time. We can navigate what traffic's like to be able to get from one lane to the next. So learning how to utilize time and then the space that you have between vehicles and from where you are until where you need to make sure that you're getting off on the right lane. I also think at this level of being able to merge onto traffic, I'm looking for students to be able to drive defensively. And what I mean by that is to use space between cars to do things like to create gaps, to create the gap or to merge into the gap that is available. I want them to be able to notice those gaps and be able to make decisions about their speed in order to utilize those gaps. Create, and I'm going to put and utilize gaps also using speed control. Let me look at this again, right? So it's existing situations, lane selection, do some merging. Let's kind of study this. I want them to be able to anticipate and prepare for a variety of scenarios. Okay. Where I live, we have a place where two interstates merge, and actually coming off the ramp from one interstate to another interstate is extremely dangerous because there's kind of a blind spot. And so you might be coming around on that ramp a little too fast and then get to where it's merging and it's almost like a stop. And so we need students to be thinking about different scenarios that could be happening as they're merging onto an interstate from either another interstate or a rural road. But you need to be thinking about what's going to happen. Am I at a safe speed that I can slow down or stop? Is there enough space between me? We need them to be anticipating that. And then I think about understanding how when you merge onto the highway, you need to get over into the next lane as quickly as you can, because on interstates, on highways, there are lots of people merging off and on. So I think being able to change lanes after you've merged for merging situations. I'll just put that. Now, again, this is me. It's kind of ugly right now. It's not really clean. It's not fully vetted yet, but I have all of the things here that are going to show me what mastery looks like. So now I want you to go back to your standard, go back to your unpack standard and start looking at those higher level thinking skills from the explicit learning targets, then look through your know, understand, be able to do, and be thinking about what does mastery of this standard look like and start filling in that box. Off you go.